What's up, YouTube? This is MC Unleashed, and today I will be making a video on the Roman battle strategy, and I will be doing that on all three houses. This is my third video on Rome Total War 2, and I will be making strategy videos on every single faction in Rome 2, and that's going to be awesome. So, let's start out by talking about your general units. In every single battle you fight as Rome, no matter what house, you will always want a family member fighting in the battles, and you'll know what I'm talking about when you start playing it. You want a very strong general. It'll be a lot easier to rally your troops and to keep them from retreating and to keep them pounding the enemy. So that is the most important factor as Rome. Let's start out with the Junia house, and with the Junia you will be fighting lots of barbaric tribes such as Gaul, Germany, Britannica, which is Asini, I think, in Spain, all those. So you will be wanting to use lots of infantry units because there will be hordes and masses of barbarians just coming on you, and if you have infantry units, then you can handle them pretty easily. Also, any sort of spearmen you can recruit as mercenaries or triarii are very effective as the Junia. I wouldn't have archers because usually the barbaric tribes have very swift cavalry units and very fast infantry units that will just eat up your archers. And if you can put your infantry units on a fire at will mode, which is they will throw their spears when any opponent units come close to them, that is very effective. So that is what I have for the Junia. Let's go to the Junia. The Junia, you'll be fighting Greece. You will most likely be assigned by the Senate to occupy Greece. And you will be fighting the phalanx formations, which are very tough to defeat. The way to do that is to use very swift cavalry units so that you can flank the phalanx formations. After you've done that, the phalanx formations will crumble and they'll pull out their swords. That is where you bring in any sort of infantry unit you have. If I were you, I wouldn't have many infantry units. The only reason I would have them is to protect your archers, excuse me. Also with your archers, have them firing at the phalanx formations that are not currently being attacked, because it will tire them out and it will just whittle down their units in so it'll be easier for you to flank them. If you have any sort of infantry, I would come up maybe 10 yards away from the phalanx formations and order your units to throw their spears, which will sometimes whittle their unit down by 50%, which is extremely effective. But usually having lots of cavalry units is the most effective for the Junia. Now for the Cornelia, you will be fighting in lots of different islands, Africa, and maybe Spain. So it is very hard to fight all the elephant units that they have, because Carthage and the Nubians and Spaniards, they all have the elephants and they have great missile units. So the only way to fight that is with more missile units. I would have lots of those Lancer horsemen, lots of those archers. And what you want to do with the archers is, if there are elephants on the enemy, then I would have them all attack those elephants, and then most likely they will go rabid, kill their own units off, and that is awesome. I would also have lots of spearmen, such as Triorii or any sort of mercenaries you can pick up, and that will be able to cut off their swift cavalry units and their elephants if their elephants decide to attack you. So a good mix of things, but I would stress your archers and your spearmen for the Cornelia. So that is all I have for today. I will be making videos, as I said, on every other faction and their battle strategies. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please watch my other videos on battle strategies and just strategies in general. I'll be doing a Let's Play. Thanks again, guys.